Teased an exclusive interview with himself that's going to be released on his own YouTube page. In the caption of the IG post, Lamar says that interview is going to be dropping, quote, soon. Lamar still has that non-exclusive franchise tag, but remarkably, no reports on any other teams, including the Ravens, that have gotten close to offering the QB a new deal. Shannon, this gets more and more bizarre. What is going on?
I'm not really sure, Jan. The thing is, Skip, is he going to have a reporter there to ask him impartial questions? Is he going to take questions? I mean, is he just going to be speaking into a camera on his YouTube channel saying, this is where I am, guys, this is what I'm thinking? Is he going to say, well, this is what they offered me? I'm going to be honest. This is what they offered. These were the terms of the deal. This much was fully guaranteed. These were some of the total guarantees. It was this length of time. The contract, 3 years, 4 years, I don't know. I really don't know which direction he's going to go in. It's just that he wants to use his platform to get his information out, because it seems to me that Lamar feels like the Ravens or someone is putting out misinformation. $133 million totally, fully guaranteed, $200 million in total value. And Lamar says that's not true. I'm not trying to read into the tweets who needs because I think he said $100 million, $133 million fully guaranteed. Who needs an agent? Laughing. So I really don't know where to go with this, Skip. I just know that he hadn't spoken to reporters in 3.5 months. He stopped speaking early December, and he really haven't had anything to say since then. So I'm sure a lot of people are going to tune in just to hear what he has to say. Skip, they're one of the two teams, the Ravens and the Jags, they haven't signed anybody via free agency. And like we said, Skip, the first wave of free agency is already gone. Now we're in the second wave. I don't really know what Lamar is going to do. It doesn't seem like teams are willing to part with 2 first-round picks and give him in excess of $200+ million. I don't know how much in guarantees. It seems like he wants Deshaun Watson. We know that he wants at least $200. I feel comfortable in saying he wants at least $200 million in fully guaranteed contract. Now, I don't know if that's, Deshaun got what, $230. But I'm thinking he wants at least $200 fully guaranteed. And I don't think the Ravens were ever willing to go there. Given his injury history, Skip, the last 2 years, Lamar Jackson has not completed the season. That's not a good look. When you could, Skip, how is it that you go into your boss's office and say you want a raise when the last 3 weeks you haven't been to work? That's a tough sell. In the game of football, the last 2 years, and this year, Skip, they were leading the division by 2 games, if I'm not mistaken. And so I'm anxious to see. I'm going to tune in because I want to hear what he has to say as far as what's going on. How does he feel about the Ravens? How about that situation, the contract situation? Has he heard from any teams? How willing will he be to leave the Ravens, the only team that he's ever played for? So that's all I got, Skip. I really don't know what direction he's going to go in. I don't know if he's going to have a host that's going to ask him questions, or he's just going to sit and talk and carry on a conversation in front of the camera.
I think he's going to have a conversation with himself so that he can completely control that narrative. But Shannon, I remind you that the reason Lamar didn't finish work this past season was you and I advised him not to play anymore after he did whatever to his knee, sprained it, it didn't require surgery. And you were the first to jump up and say, don't play another down for that team, which used to be your team once upon a time. Yeah. And you said it's not worth the risk at this point because you've got a huge contract hanging in the balance. Okay. Right. So before I launch further, allow me to restate my opinion on this. Every team that needed a quarterback or now still needs a quarterback is a fool for not jumping on an available Lamar Jackson. To me, I'm looking at it like, are you kidding? You could get Lamar Jackson right now for 2 first-round picks and a top-of-the-market contract. I don't know exactly what it is, but somewhere up there around Deshaun, he's worth it. He has proven himself at the highest level. He's been an MVP. Listen, I'm sold. I'm the biggest fan. He's a gamer. He's a baller. He's a leader. He would take over a franchise as the face of a franchise. So to me, he's better than Derek Carr. He's better than Jimmy G. Right now, I think he's better than Aaron Rodgers is at age 39 going to, we presume, to the Jets. If I'm the Jets, I would take Lamar over Aaron Rodgers right now. If I'm Bill Belichick, I would want Lamar Jackson over Mac Jones. If I'm the Giants, I would have jumped at Lamar Jackson over Daniel Jones. I'm just saying, he's just that good. And I think you agree with me. But here we go with sheepthink around the league. Lamar has made himself look bad for not finishing the 2 seasons. He's made himself look bad on social media on several occasions, including this one. He doesn't have an agent, and to the league, that looks bad. It looks like he's sort of spinning out of control without a rudder, without guidance, without some figure above him to say, Lamar, some agent figure is like an experienced agent to say, Lamar, we should do it this way. Let me control the narrative. Let me take on the misrepresentation of the facts. But now we've got Lamar on Twitter attacking Adam Schefter. Shannon, you know and I know, Adam Schefter is great at what he does. He is unquestioned as a reporter. You can't attack Adam Schefter because if you do on Twitter, the NFL will sit back, all the teams still up in the air about what they're going to do at quarterback, and they're going to say, seriously? That's a bad look because you know Adam, I know Adam, you just can't do it. I'm sorry. Even if the Ravens are putting out misinformation, you can't do it on Twitter. Go ahead.
You and I both know Adam Schefter talks to a lot of owners, VPs, general managers of the 32 teams. He's also connected to the NFL office. So he's just not arbitrarily putting things out. Trust me, it's come from a good, reliable source. Now, maybe they fudged the numbers a little bit, but he's had conversations with someone close to working with Lamar Jackson, one side or the other, for him to feel comfortable enough to put that out there.
Okay. And also allow me to add, our man Jay Glazer does an equally great job. So I'm only bringing up Adam here because Lamar attacked Adam on Twitter. Yeah, I mean, no, you can't attack Jay either, but he attacked Adam. Okay, so the big picture is this is going from sad to worst. It's going in the wrong direction because the more Lamar tries to use social media to his benefit, the worse it gets because that's not his forte. He doesn't do this for a living. Agents do this for a living. As you know, advisors do this for a living. Managers do this for a living, and he seems to be without guidance right now.
Yeah, I think the thing is, Skip, what he should do is that look, I mean, he can do what he wants, but I'm not dealing that there's nothing to, the next time I would do an interview, Skip, I'm telling you that I'm signing with Team X. And I'm very happy with the contract. Yeah. I'm glad, be it the Ravens believed in me. They gave me an opportunity. They said I could play the quarterback position. I wasn't going to have to switch. Or I'm going to Team X. Okay. I'm glad that someone believed in me, thought enough of my talents. I had shown enough of what I could do and believed in me enough moving forward to give me what I feel I deserve. Yep. That's the next time I'm talking. Right. But, I mean, that's Lamar. He gets to say and do whatever he wants to do. But I'm not good just arbitrarily just starting to talk because I'm not trying to clear up anything. I'm not trying to clear up anything for the fans. I'm not trying to clear up anything for anybody else. I know what's going on, and when the time is right, I'm going to have that conversation.
Okay, so I think the Baltimore Ravens shamed Lamar. I think they completely disrespected him. They didn't tag him with the exclusive, but with the non-exclusive. So you can get him for 2 firsts, and they just have the ability to match. But they're only on the hook for $32 million next year. Not bad, but it would have been 45 if it were exclusive, right? So
45 million cap hit.
Okay, but they said we're not afraid. You know, they dared the NFL to make an offer that they could match. And so far, so bad for Lamar. So you know and I know what's happening in the Raiders' offices right now. They're sitting back saying, told you so, told you so.
Right.
So they think they're going to have Lamar for $32 million. Well, trust me on this, because he is a proud and stubborn man. They're going to have an equally unhappy Lamar, just as unhappy as he was a year ago when they wouldn't give him a contract. Now he's going to be tagged non-exclusive, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for this football team.
Skip, you know what the NFL does, Skip. The team, the Baltimore Ravens, has surveyed, okay, there are 31 other teams. Where do we see Lamar Jackson going? What team is going to step up? If we put this tag on him, give us 2 first-round picks and pay him in excess of $200 million and the guarantees being to his satisfaction. Where are the teams that's going to be willing to do that, Skip? They've surveyed the land. They have a very good idea of what team or teams was willing to do this. And I think by their calculations, there weren't any.
Okay. Well, then they're winning and Lamar is losing.
But Skip, they could be wrong. We all could be wrong.
Yep.
Maybe there's someone, maybe during the draft, a team doesn't get one of these young quarterbacks. It seems like, Skip, everybody's like, okay, we could get Stroud, we get the kid out of Alabama, Bryce Young, or Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson. Bryce Young, or Will Levis, or Anthony Richardson out of the University of Florida. Okay, are these guys? Because I think the top 5 teams, Skip, if they go quarterback, they're going one of those guys. I don't think they're going to go for Lamar Jackson. So it seems like right now the Ravens doing a good job of bluffing because they we don't like your hand. We might not have anything, but we absolutely know for certain you don't have anything.
There you go.
Who blinks first? Maybe this interview with Lamar will give us a couple of clues, gentlemen. Let's go back to the association right after this commercial break. Has Anthony Davis, guys, shown he can lead the Lakers without LeBron? Let's discuss when Undisputed returns.